Time for another fixing faulty eBay junk video, and today I've got myself a super wild card for the Super Nintendo, and that's this device here. It's kind of like a precursor to what we have nowadays with the likes of an EverDrive or maybe like a multi-cart system. It's really just a pirate device. It lets you back up your games onto floppy disk, and then obviously be able to have like a collection of games that you could play without the original cartridges. This is faulty, of course, and I paid, what was it, £33 and £8 postage for this, so not exactly a cheap device, but because it's quite interesting, I thought I'd take a chance and see if I could get it working again. It comes with a collection of games, so I'm quite eager to see what's actually in the box. I bought this back in April, and it is now October 2016. As you can see, it's just sitting there in that Budweiser box. So let's get it open and we can see what we're dealing with. Let's just get straight into it and see what's in the box. Not too sure how this has been packed, but we'll soon find out. Okay. So it's still in its original box, it looks like, which is good. Oh yeah, there's absolutely tons of floppies in there, that's a good sign. So here it is, Super Wild Card. What we got? For Europe, PAL system use only. Or does that, it doesn't say only, but it says it's for the PAL region. Yep, so that's how it connects up to your SNES there. You just plop it in the top, and it's like a pass-through sort of device with a, if you can see that there, a floppy drive on the side. Might as well just show you. There's no point in showing you the box when I've got the actual item inside. There we go. A wee bit dusty, but it looks like it's in very nice condition. Got a bit of a crumb or something there. So, yep. Pop the cartridge in there, pop this part into the Super Nintendo, and there you've got your floppy drive on this side. There you go. So what we'll do is, I don't know if it takes power, if it just gets power from the, it's got a COM port on the back. I don't know if it gets power from the console itself, but anything else in the box? You've got like a piece of paper here for the instructions. It shows you the on-screen display, how to navigate that. Anyway, let's look at the discs that are included. There's a lot of discs in here. Wow, okay. That's a lot of games. So I won't go through every single game here because, as you can see, there's 4 big stacks of these. It'll take me all day to get through them all, but what's this? Double Dragon. What's this one? Smash TV. Battle Cars. Turn the wrong way. Yeah, just tons and tons and tons of games here. Sonic Wing. So what I'll do is I'll go grab my Super Nintendo, or at least the clone device that I've got. Hopefully it'll work with this, and see if we can get any sounds of life from this. I'm hoping that the only thing that's wrong with it is maybe there's a bad floppy drive in it, and that should be easy enough to replace. Otherwise, I'm not really sure where else I'd start to try and fault find with this thing. But anyway, let's get it hooked up and see what we're dealing with. So the only Super Nintendo I actually have is the clone SNES Junior that I did a video on before. No idea if this is going to work. I would guess it probably would. So yeah, that's going to plug in the top like that. And yeah, it's a bit of a beast in comparison to the little SNES Junior. But yeah, let's hook this up and see what happens. First signs are looking really good. I've got the console all hooked up now, everything's plugged in. The first hurdle I had to overcome was the fact that my, yes, this is the only game I still have for the Super Nintendo, Wayne's World, wouldn't actually fit into the cartridge slot there, because obviously this is the US release, and this is a PAL specific system. But I managed to get the PCB out of there and just plug it straight in. Turned it on, and as you can see, we've already got a menu screen, so the device does seem to be working. So let me just mess about with the menu here a wee bit and see if I can't get something actually running. I've now had a chance to mess about with the device a bit, and so far I can't seem to find any problems with it at all. It seems to be working flawlessly, which is really good. It kind of makes me wonder if there's something I haven't found yet, but I'll quickly give you a demonstration of how it works. So if I just turn this on, you hear the drive just buzz there, but you'll get the menu screen here, and what I'll do is I'll just select the first option to play a game. So we've got this here, play a game, restore SRAM or backup SRAM. So let's play a game. And I've got a disc with Adam's Family on it here, so let's just pop that in the system, like so. So now what I can do is hit play game to look for the game. It's now found it, so let's hit B again. And there we go, it starts counting down. I think it's loading it into RAM. You can hear the drive clicking away there. And yep, it's counting down. You have to excuse the slightly blurry image. I'm still running this, and this is a hardware clone. If you haven't seen the previous video I did on it, it's a hardware clone of the SNES Junior, and it's currently running composite video, which is like the worst quality you can get, and also I'm running it through an HD TV, so that doesn't really help. I'm going to RGB mod it eventually, but yeah, for now this will have to do. So there we go, it's loaded the game into RAM, so let's hit B for normal mode, and there you go, the game is working. Let's try and start up a game here. There we go. Let's hit start. Perfect, no problem at all. So what I'll do is I'll keep testing this a little more. I will go and see if I can find some blank floppy disk and see if I can back up a game onto the, or just make a copy of my Wayne's World game here. But otherwise it seems to be working fine. I might go into the loft and see if I can find a spare floppy drive and see if that makes any difference to load times, or maybe some of these games will work, some of them won't, we'll have to find out. But yeah, so far it seems to be working great. I'm now back down from the loft, went on a bit of an adventure trying to find my old Dell desktop. This is like the only computer I have that still has a floppy drive in it, and the plan had been to maybe download some homebrew and ROM hacks from the internet and burn them onto disk and see if the Super Wildcard would play them. But unfortunately when I got this down, I plugged it all in, turned it on, and the power supply blew up. There's smoke coming out the back of it and everything, so that's not going to happen today. But I did manage to find some blank floppies here, and I have backed up my copy of Wayne's World. That worked fine. I'm just currently playing some R-Type here. And the other thing I noticed was that you don't actually need to have a game in the cartridge slot here to operate the device. I'd originally thought you needed to have something in there, but you don't, which is pretty cool. And the other thing as well, this doesn't need an external power supply, it just runs off the console itself. Another nice little feature. But what I'm probably going to do now is I'll maybe order a new floppy drive for this. I know it doesn't really need one, but they're so cheap I might as well anyway. And I'll also get a USB floppy drive so I can burn some games using my laptop onto disk, and I'll maybe do a follow-up video on that in future. This console still needs RGB modded as well, but yeah, so far so good. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to be taking anything apart and repairing anything in this video, so apologies for that. Sometimes you just get lucky and you don't need to really do anything, but I'm pretty happy with this deal. I've got myself a boxed and complete Super Wild card, and I'm very happy about that. So what I'll do is I'll quickly show you the console running my backup copy of Wayne's World, just so you can actually see that it does work. But yep, no cartridge in the slot, cartridge is backed up onto disk, and it's playing on the console, so it all seems to be working fine. I don't know why the seller had listed it as faulty. as I say, maybe I'm missing something, but it could be that their console was faulty and they just thought this unit was faulty as well. Who knows? It seems to work fine, and I'm happy about that. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again soon.